it, and I think that's going to cause problems potentially without knowing how it's built. So then the next question is, you know, this post right here is not a big deal because there's literally a post right here.
Okay.
There's a post right here that's on a beam, and the next one's pretty far back. So then the next question is, can we go in and support the beams with a series of posts that basically create it so that the load does go down below? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, who cares if this is pushing here, there's almost no load on it.
Right.
That's kind of the theory.
Yep.
You still run the risk, though, if you get water in here, that you start having sloughing going on here. You still run the risk. So that's the risk you're running in that. If you do, that's probably the cheapest way to do it, would be my guess. Least invasive. But you do run a risk that if you have the equilibrium change in this soil of having some issues.
Yep.
Because everything else is going to require building basically a wall here or doing some kind of tie-back system. I mean, it's going to be expensive. So I guess that's kind of what you need to weigh is how much do you want to risk? How old is 90s? So if I could do my math, which I can't, 25 years old. Assuming this isn't an addition, then, you know, it looks pretty good. Unless, you know, I don't see any sheetrock, and chances are they've painted it recently, but unless they re-sheetrocked it, that's a tape line. That's a taping issue, so that's not a big deal. That's not even a crack. So, you know, there's not a lot of indications of movement in the last 25 years. So that's what you kind of have to weigh is, do we want to take that gamble or not? Because again, anything that you're going to do that will be a solid and not going anywhere and no problem is going to be very expensive and very hard to do.
Okay.
So, but it can be done. You kind of see where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
You're going to decide where you want to go. So I would recommend at the very, very least, let me see if I can kind of do this in plan here. Oh God, don't die on me.
Oh, I've got one.
There we go. I think I got another one too. So now I'm kind of going in plan. If I'm looking down, and then my trench line is kind of like this. I have a column here, and this one has another column here. And then if I remember correctly, there's a column here. We can peek again. And then there's a couple over here. There's another one there. And this is kind of my trench line. So these are about 4 feet away, and this is like maybe 2 feet. On these, I would definitely pull a few columns back like that.
Okay.
And then at least we've decreased the amount of load pushing on this.
And it doesn't feel like that's too much risk in terms of, like you said, changing anything with regards to pressure on the
Equilibrium.
soil.
Okay, so the other thing I need to check though really quick is make sure how our roof is framed. Because that may be taking roof load, although I doubt it. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to figure out how this roof is framed. Okay. Alright, so let me go. There's no extra story, is there? This is all roof above?
There is one.
No, there's another
There's
story.
a bedroom upstairs.
Yeah,
How do I get over there?
around the corner.